And welcome to another episode of Day Out with a Star. The mission of our Day Out with a Star platform, as you all know, is to celebrate and share the life stories of real and amazing grassroots professionals working to shape innovative ideas to change the world. Today, let me welcome Nate Van Beilen, our next Green Star. Nate, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Uh, Great. Nate is currently focusing on the development of innovative financing strategies for the transition to a low carbon economy at the Climate Solutions Group, and he's also the alumni from the Masters in Sustainability Management program of University of Toronto. Nate, before I start, it's my favorite question that I ask everyone. Who is Nate?
So, I'm Nate Van Beilen. I live in Toronto.
Uh,
Um, I work at a company called Climate Solutions Group, and I'm involved in a few other potential ventures that have a focus on uh, sustainability and the green economy.
mhm.
So, do you want me to talk about my background
Yes,
and
exactly. Tell me more about your family background, where you come from, and what motivated you to get into the environment and sustainability sector.
for sure? So, as a kid, I spent a lot of time outside. My
Hmm.
parents always encouraged me to um, explore the forest and spend time outside and uh, try to minimize the time I spend in front of screens.
Hmm.
So I spent a lot of time camping, going to my grandparents' cottage up north, and
Hmm.
exploring forests and nature and swimming in lakes and stuff. Uh,
Right.
So I've always sort of grew up with an appreciation for nature, and then in my undergrad, I kind of got into gardening actually,
Hmm. Oh, wow.
vegetables, and my parents had a decently sized backyard, so I thought a better use of that backyard than growing grass would be to grow vegetables, and a sustainable way to use that area.
Right.
And so I learned about the balance between uh, growing your own vegetables and the soil ecosystems and composting and what's needed to have a healthy, balanced
Hmm.
garden. Um, so that was sort of a uh, more hands-on learning experience and taught me the appreciation of nature and how interconnected everything is.
Right.
And so, yeah, so then I finished my undergrad and spent some time in British Columbia on the west coast of Canada and
Hmm.
worked on some organic farms and also spent some time with some indigenous groups and learned about having a different perspective of the earth and just becoming hyper aware of how we are very dependent on the earth and we are of the earth. So if the earth isn't healthy, then we aren't healthy. So
Yes.
that I
Completely
guess
true.
that whole process really inspired me to pursue more education uh, and apply for the master's program at U of T.
Yes, certainly. And I want to talk more about it. Why did you select this program as compared to other sustainability program?
Um, Part of the reason was that it was in Toronto.
Hmm.
Just logistically, that was part of it.
Hmm.
But also, I liked um, the values behind the program and the fact that it was very focused on um, integrating the values of sustainability into the education and the importance of having um, of, of broadening your perspective to
Hmm.
encompass different stakeholder viewpoints, and that in order to inspire change, you have to uh, put forward solutions that work for everybody.
Right.
Um, and So that means working for um, as a business. It has to
Mm-hmm.
for the triple bottom line, and
Right.
is the um, also the triple P, three P is the people, planet, profit. So
Exactly.
that's the that was the basic overarching reasons why I chose the program, and the fact that it had a internship component. Uh,
Right.
you get the hands-on learning through that, and
Mm-hmm.
um, is a great way to learn and apply what you've learned through the program. So,
Yeah, tell me, can you tell me like two or three unique features of the program?
yeah, so the part of the program was a unique feature.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 4 month internship
Right.
between the in the summer between the 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and
Where did you go for that internship?
so I worked at a communications firm that had a specialization in sustainability reporting. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, we helped companies develop sustainability reports to communicate to their stakeholders what they were, um, how they were integrating sustainability into their business, which
Right.
standards they were following, which goals that they were setting to
Mm-hmm.
decrease emissions or decrease waste or different goals.
Mm-hmm.
And so my role there was to conduct research on best practices for sustainability reporting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to learn about a lot of different businesses and how they are integrating sustainability into their long-term visions. And
Okay.
yeah,
No,
that
that's really amazing. And tell me, like, what other things that really made you think that this MSCM program is like a great thing that you joined?
um, so another unique feature was the flexibility that we had in the program. We had a lot of autonomy. We could
Mm-hmm.
make our own decisions about what we wanted to study and what the different areas of interest were that we wanted to pursue.
Right.
It I really liked that about the program. We could decide to write papers on topics that fit within a very broad range. So
Right.
it we could kind of just focus on what we wanted to and specialize in areas, and
Mm-hmm.
that I think that was a great way to learn. You're
Mm-hmm.
not restricted to um, have to focus on a specific idea
Mm-hmm.
or concept. It was very up to you to what you wanted to learn, and the more you put into the program, the more you got out. So
No, that's great. Tell me more about the faculty that you encountered right there.
yeah, so the faculty was definitely on board with that concept. Very uh,
Mm-hmm.
broad um, paper requirements. It just had to fit into a broad category of law or environmental science or ecosystem science. The faculty was excellent. I can't say enough about how helpful they were in giving constructive feedback and um, helping us helping us um, create projects and create papers that um, were meaningful and had the potential to create impact outside of just the program itself. And
Right.
if we wanted to, we could really um, pursue projects and papers that had a um, scope beyond the program, and that's kind of what I tried to do as much as possible to write papers and reports that were useful to other stakeholders outside of the program, so that it wasn't just writing a paper for getting a degree; it was writing a paper for myself to learn the concept, but also to help somebody else that was interested in a particular issue for their organization or um, so yeah,
Yeah.
part of why that was a great learning experience for me was that we learned about the importance of networking and connecting with other people to um, learn and be exposed to different ideas. And networking became a big
Yes, exactly. So tell me, did it like motivate you in achieving your career goals?
definitely. So networking specifically, um, I'm kind of a quiet person. I'm a little bit reserved. So
Right.
going out to networking events or other events is
Uh-huh.
not my natural interest, I guess you could say.
Right.
But um, I guess the value of networking was
Hmm.
pushed a lot, so I challenged myself and put myself in uncomfortable situations to
Hmm.
uh, create a network and meet new people. And so I guess the motivating part of that was that when you challenge yourself and
Right.
you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, that's where you learn the most, and that's where you expand as a professional and learn how to deal with uncomfortable situations and just grow as an individual. And the program
Right.
is great
Well,
for.
I completely get you on this. Uh, Tell me, like, did it equip you for your current role at Climate Solutions Group?
Yeah, absolutely. It was it was a program that created a high level of professionalism and um, the need to create high quality reports that looked professional but also were structured in a way that made sense.
Right.
Table of contents, knowing how to structure a report uh, that is up to a standard for a professional uh, firm to use when engaging with investors or um, engaging with potential clients.
Right.
And then, in addition to the presentability and that as a important skill set to have, was the importance of written communication and writing clearly.
Hmm.
Um, and that's an extremely important skill to communicate clearly, and it's something that um, I don't think you ever stop learning how to communicate. And the MscSM program was a great way to learn how to communicate both verbally and um, written.
Yeah. So
So
I think, and like you must be seeing that making all the presentations right now and marrying so many different behavioral aspects into creating a coherent business plan.
mhm. Yep,
What?
yeah,
Yeah.
and part of it as well in the MscSM program is that gave you the it taught you how to learn,
Hmm.
and it gave you an independence to figure things out on your own and um, ability to research and solve problems. And so that autonomy and ability to work without supervision, I think, is a quality that is very valuable in the workplace when you don't have to be micromanaged and told what to do
Right.
every hour of the day. When you can create value um, without being told how to create it, I think that's
Mhm.
a valuable skill set to have. And um,
What will you advise to students who are looking for master's program in sustainability?
um, I would say that um, if you wanna pursue a career in sustainability,
Hmm.
it's not really limited to sustainability as a field.
Right.
Sustainability is it's all about application. Uh,
Hmm.
it's a great idea on it by itself, but it
Right.
really needs to be applied to uh,
Hmm.
various fields.
Hmm.
It really can be applied anywhere. So
Hmm.
um, I guess one piece of specific advice would
Hmm.
be to um, listen more than you talk
Right.
um, when you're trying to promote sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people understand what sustainability is and they're sold on the idea.
Mm-hmm.
So if you listen to what people say and you listen to what their concerns are, and you're
Mm-hmm.
able to understand their needs, and I guess if you learn where you can make an impact and be accepted from
Right.
listening, it's a lot easier to create change than trying to force it
Exactly.
through talking. So I guess the piece of advice is just to listen more than you talk.